Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to another episode of Pan TheOrganizer. So today is part 2 of a 3-part video series on how to apply a ceramic coating at home, but done the easy way, so a DIY tutorial. In part number 1, we went ahead and washed the vehicle, so I went through all the tips and tricks on how to properly prep for that. And in today's part 2, we are going to first start by decontaminating the paintwork. So that will mean a tar remover, an iron remover, and then moving on to the clay stage. We're going to enhance the paintwork by doing a quick polishing, so to remove any light oxidation, swirl marks, and scratches that might be on the paint. And then we're going to move on to an IPA wipe down, so an isopropyl alcohol mix to remove any polishing oils, and we're going to apply a ceramic coating, but the easy spray format. So for all of you DIY enthusiasts, all the weekend warriors, or people who just want to do a ceramic coating application but not go through the hassle of professional grade coatings, well, this can be used by professionals, but the thing is that it's super simple. So I'm going to show you all the tips, all the tricks. We're going to go through the steps together to make it very simple. So you know the drill. Without further ado, stay tuned. Let's go ahead and start the show. So hey guys, I'm Pan, welcome to the show. I hope you guys are having a great day, so let's dig right into this. Like I said, this is part number 2 of a 3-part video series, a first on my channel, because I'm giving you all the tips and tricks on how to apply a ceramic coating at home, but done the easy way. So in this 3-part series, I'm using all the products from the same company because my viewers were asking if it's possible to do steps from one all the way to the last step with a single brand. So I decided to partner up with gyeon in this case, and they make car detailing products that I absolutely love. And by the way, all the links to the products and equipment, I'll put them in the description under the video for you guys to check them out. So all you have to do is sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. So the purpose of this series, as I said, is to make things super simple, but also for you guys to understand which products we use and why we use them and which order we're going to go through these steps. So you're going to follow me through this journey, and we're going to enhance the paintwork of a vehicle and obviously protect it for many months to come. So today we are going ahead with the decontamination first, because in the first series, as I mentioned, we went through the wash stage. So the vehicle is fully clean now. And what are we doing for the decontamination? We'll first start with the chemical decontamination. So obviously we're using chemicals to remove some things. I'm going to tell you which steps are optional and which are mandatory. So in this case, the gyeon tar is a tar remover. So if you have any black little dots on your vehicle, those are usually tar deposits. You can use this. Always follow the directions, guys, by the way, on the products that you're using. Super important. So in this case, they tell you to leave the product dwell on the surface for 3 to 5 minutes, and then you fully rinse. I like to use a pressure washer, but if you have a garden hose with decent enough pressure, that's fine too. Don't worry about that. So the optional step for the tar. One mandatory step is then moving on to the second phase of the chemical decontamination, which is an iron remover. So gyeon has their gyeon iron. So this is pretty simple. You're going to spray this. It's a clear liquid, as you can see. You're going to let it dwell on the surface for 2 to 4 minutes, and it's going to change to a purple or reddish tint, indicating that it's reacting with the iron particles that are found embedded in your clear coat or on your wheels, and it's going to help melt those away so you can rinse this off. We see iron particles on vehicles over time, especially on lighter colored cars. There's those orange dots of rust spots on the paintwork that you can see. All colors have that, it's more obvious on lighter colored paints. So this helps to remove those, because you want to remove any contamination that's in your paintwork before applying any type of protection, which makes total sense, right? So you kind of want to exfoliate that paint and want to make sure that it's fully clean and fully prepped before you apply your ceramic coating. So gyeon iron, as I said, 2 to 4 minutes of dwell time, then you rinse off. And important, never to let this dry on the surface. Try to work in a shaded environment or in a garage if you can. If you have to work outside, no problem, just pick a shaded day, so not a lot of sun. Never in direct sunlight, so early on in the day or very late in the day if possible, and never let it dry on the surface. Then we're going to move on to the mechanical decontamination stage. So by mechanical, we mean the use of a clay bar. So in this case, we're going to use the gyeon mild clay. They also have a coarse clay. So to know which version you need, well, run your fingers in a plastic bag on the lower parts of the panels, and you're going to feel a gritty surface or a sandpaper-like texture. That tells you that there is still some embedded contamination left that the iron stage didn't remove, because obviously the iron remover is to remove iron particles, but there are other contaminants like airborne pollutants, industrial fallout, tree sap, there could be a bunch of stuff still embedded in the clear coat, so you want to make the surface as smooth as possible. So the clay bar, and you're going to use the gyeon clay lube or your clay lubricant of choice to use as a lubricant, because very important, this is an abrasive, so a clay bar is a form of an abrasive. You always want to add a lot of lubrication on the surface when you're doing this. So after the iron stage, I rinse it off. I let the water on the paint, no problem, you don't have to dry your car. You're going to spray generously the clay lube on the paintwork and start claying. So this clay lube here is highly concentrated. You can dilute it up to 10:1, so this is what I did in this bottle, so it's good to go. Once we're done claying the vehicle, so we have a decontaminated surface, everything has been removed as far as contamination goes, we're going to move on to enhance the paintwork by polishing it. So today we're using gyeon primer because it's a newer vehicle. This is a 2020, it's been through a winter. The paint is in pretty good condition, so all we're going to do is going to remove a light layer of oxidation, any light swirls or scratches that are still left on the paintwork, and basically to make it super glossy. So what gyeon primer also does that I like is it acts as a primer for a ceramic coating, so a base layer where the ceramic coating can adhere to and have even better durability. And you're going to see this is tons of gloss, and we're going to use this in combination with a dual action polisher pad. So in this case, the gyeon eccentric finish. So this is a white finishing pad, so it's a foam pad that goes on your dual action polisher, and this is a perfect teammate for the gyeon primer. And once we're done polishing, you have the choice. So if you wait 24 hours for the primer to cure, then you're good to apply your ceramic coating. But in this case, we're not going to wait that time. So immediately after we're done buffing off the gyeon primer, we're going to go ahead and do an IPA wipe down. You often hear that in videos. So what is IPA? It's an isopropyl alcohol mix, or an alcohol mix basically, that removes any leftover polishing oils and residue from the polishing stage to make sure your paint is squeaky clean, because you want that surface free of any residue, oils, or any other contamination before applying a ceramic coating, because you're going to be locking that finish in for many years. So gyeon prep is a very good IPA for that. And then when you're done applying and buffing that off, well, it's going to be time to do the famous ceramic coating. So you see here, this is a particular form. You guys are probably used to seeing professionals use those little glass bottles of ceramic coatings. So they're great because they last 2 or more years, depending on which product you're getting. And gyeon has a lot of those in their lineup. So they have gyeon 1, they have gyeon Pure, gyeon Mose, gyeon Synchro. Basically, you can get anywhere from 1 to 2+ years of protection by adding multiple layers of those products. And I've reviewed those ceramic coatings on my channel, so I highly encourage that you watch that. But today we're focusing on a DIY application that is the simplest possible form, because people don't necessarily want to worry about flashing times with ceramic coatings, having to apply multiple layers, waiting an hour between layers, so on and so forth. So we're keeping this simple. So the special thing of gyeon Can Coat, this is a true ceramic coating. It's just that it's in a spray format. So it's still with solvent carriers in there. You're still getting the crazy durability. So we're talking 6+ months of protection. In vehicles that I have done this with, if they're well maintained and you do the maintenance, which by the way, we're going to see in part 3, if you do proper maintenance, you can go all the way up to 9+ months even, but they're guaranteeing 5 to 6 months of real world protection. So this is even in harsh Canadian winters. So imagine what this can do in milder temperatures. So you get the durability, you get the great chemical resistance. So resistance from pH, let's say 3 all the way up to pH 12. So whether you're more the acid-based or alkaline cleaners, if anything happens to the vehicle, well, you're protected with this. You get tremendous gloss with Can Coat. I know many of my viewers love when we have a glossy surface, and that's one of the advantages of gyeon Can Coat, tremendous gloss. The hydrophobic properties, crazy. So if you want the beating king, gyeon Can Coat is the one to go for. If you're ever in a car show and it starts raining and you have this on your vehicle, people are going to go nuts for how round and tight the beads are. We all love that. That's a visual indicator, by the way, that your paintwork is protected. So instead of the water laying flat on the surface, you have water beading, and you also have great ceramic coating sheeting, meaning the water is quickly going to flow off the panels, and it also makes the vehicle a lot easier to dry after maintenance washes. And talking about maintenance washes, you get the self-cleaning properties of ceramic coating. So what does that mean? Well, it means that the vehicle is a lot easier to wash because the dirt and grime has less of a tendency to stick on the paintwork. So you get the UV protection as well, basically all the advantages of a ceramic coating, but in a spray form. Very important, by the way, a quick tip, when you're done applying this, so a format like this is a 200 ml bottle, you can coat 6 to 8 vehicles, so a little goes a long way. And when you're done using it, this pump sprayer, you're going to thoroughly rinse it out, so put it in a soapy water solution and pump it to eject any coating that's left in there, because you don't want the coating to harden. And also, when you're done, remove this and keep the metal cap that comes in the box, because that's also very important. And what do we have in here? Where you get a few extra triggers. You get the microfiber towel that's going to be essential for the application, and you get that metal cap. So when you're done using this, clean the spray trigger out, put back the metal cap to prevent it from curing in the bottle, and you're going to be able to keep this for a long time. And after those 6 months, you can go ahead and apply another layer. This you can use as a topper, by the way, on existing ceramic coatings. So if you have an existing coating at home and it's starting to fade over time, or you're losing those awesome properties of coatings, you can apply a layer of this on top, or you can use this, as we're going to do today, as a base layer of protection. So that's pretty awesome. You can inspect your work, as you're going to see. So when you're applying the coating, Gyeon has this awesome inspection light. So it's an LED light that you're going to shine on the surface, and it'll allow you to see if there are any high spots that might be left over, so a darker spot of product. And what you do, you go over it with your microfiber towel and another spritz of the product, and you level that out, and you're good to go. The advantage of the Gyeon can coat, by the way, we're going to apply it in a circular motion, so you don't have to do a cross-hash pattern or a crazy application methods. It's as easy as applying a wax if you've done that on vehicles in the past. An optional step after we've applied Gyeon Can Coat will be to use Gyeon Cure. So Gyeon Can Coat, ideally, you want to let it cure for 24 hours, but if after 12 hours you need to drive your vehicle in the elements, if it's raining, for example, well, before doing that, you want to apply a layer of Gyeon Cure. So this is a silica spray sealant, and it'll help during the first week protect the paintwork against the water spotting. And this is also a great maintenance stopper for your ceramic coating if you need to do so. So when we're done applying the coating, the final steps will be the last touches. So we're going to be using Gyeon Tire. This is a silicon dioxide, so SiO2 or ceramic-based tire dressing, very long lasting, a nice rich look to the tires because we always want that detailed look. And we're going to finish by cleaning the glass with Gyeon Glass. This is a great alcohol-based glass cleaner and does a great job and doesn't leave any streaks. So you've seen all the products now. It's time to do the job. So let's go ahead and dive into the first step together. So in the previous video, we went ahead and did the full washing of the vehicle, so the wheels and tires and all of the paintwork, and we finally rinsed in the end and we let that wet. So starting with this wet surface, I'm spraying Gyeon Iron, so it's an iron remover. We're going to let that dwell on the surface for roughly 2 to 4 minutes. Always follow the instruction, guys, that's very important. And as you can tell, the product is already reacting, so it goes from clear or transparent to this purple or reddish tint, indicating that it's reacting with the iron particles that are found on your paintwork, and that can come from industrial fallout, mainly brake dust as well. As you can tell on these wheels, we're getting some bleeding. So you want to decontaminate all the surfaces of your car. It can be glass, the painted surfaces, and your wheels, of course. So this is going to help to remove all of that. And once we're done, we're going to rinse the vehicle. Never let the iron removers dry on the surface. That is key, guys. So again, always work in a shaded environment or in a garage when possible, on a cool and surface. That's super important. So next, we're going to do the mechanical decontamination with a clay bar and clay lubricant. So this continues to remove any further embedded contamination. Like we can see here, there was a bit of tree sap left embedded in the clear coat, and well, the clay bar quickly removes that. So we're using a mild clay in this case because the contamination wasn't that hard or that tough. If you get more contamination and you feel a very gritty surface, you might want to move on to the coarse version of the clay bar, so a more aggressive abrasive. When we're done claying, we're going to have to rinse, but on vertical panels such as the doors, the same process. So you work from up to down, left to right, and well, this is going to help to remove that contamination. Don't apply too much pressure. Let the lubrication work for you. You can also do the glass surfaces because you get a lot of pitting from road contamination in your glass, so that's going to help lift all of that off. And look, once we're done with the vehicle, look at the clay, guys. A lot of dirt contamination and small little rocks even were picked it up. So that's very important before you move on to the next stage. So now we're going to rinse off all the clay lubricant that was on the vehicle. So we're making sure that we're working with a clean vehicle. Once again, I can't stress this enough. Always read the instructions of the products that you're working with. It's key to get an optimal performance and to get an optimal result. So now we're going to use the gyeon silk dryer microfiber drying towel. I love this towel. It made one of my recent videos for my favorite microfiber drying towels. It is a twisted loop Korean sourced or Korean based microfibers, and they're super absorbent and again very, very delicate for the surface, so no worries of scratching. We're now going to take a gyeon bald wipe microfiber, and we're going to use gyeon primer. So this is a polish, so very, very light cutting capabilities, but more to add some gloss and pop and to further remove any blemishes that are in the paintwork, because I recommend polishing, guys, to kind of do an exfoliation for the paint. So to further remove any maybe leftover contamination that the clay stage didn't remove, but also to refine the surface. So you're removing ever so slightly a bit of clear coat to expose a nice clean and flat surface. So the flatter the clear coat, the more reflective it's going to be, the more pop you're going to add to the paintwork, and this is the true way to add a lot of gloss to your paint. And the advantage of using a light polish like gyeon primer is that it also acts as a primer for a ceramic coating, which is what we're going to be applying in a few minutes. So basically in passes of up and down and left to right, you do 2 or 3 section passes, and then you wipe away the polish with the bald wipe. So that's the microfiber towel from Gyeon. I use the Gyeon Prism LED inspection light to always inspect my work and make sure that I've removed any blemishes. And then I go on. So I apply the product quickly, as you can see, on speed 2 on the polisher. And then I ramp up to speed number 5 on my Rupes LHR 15 Mark II polisher to do the actual job. When I'm done, in this case, you can wait 24 hours before applying your coating, or in this case, because we're not going to wait 24 hours after the polish, we're going to use an IPA wipe down like Gyeon Prep. That's what I'm using now. So this is an alcohol-based prep that removes any leftover polishing oils or polish residue. And that's key because you want your ceramic coating to be able to bond directly to clear coat. So you want a virgin clear coat free of any waxes, paint sealants, or any polishing oils. That is key, guys. I'm now using Gyeon glass to clean the glass, because we're also going to apply the coating on the glass, because you can apply that to many, many surfaces. So more on that to come. So basically you want to make sure that all your surfaces are well prepped. Once again, we're doing the windshield here. I thought this was a cool view for you guys to see. So yeah, make sure that all your surfaces are super squeaky clean, because again, you want a proper bonding of the coating. Talking about the coating, now is the time. We have Gyeon Can Coat. So you shake the bottle well. Apply 1 or 2 sprays per panel on your microfiber towel. As you see, I kind of made a little cup with the towel in my hand. That way the spray doesn't go all over the place. You control that. And in circular motion on the paint, you apply the coating. It is very quick to flash, you're going to see. So flashing basically is the carrier solvents that evaporate. So there are no real worries for high spots, which is usually the case with more complex ceramic coatings. I'm taking Gyeon Soft Wipe. So this is another very plush microfiber towel, and the Gyeon Prism inspection light, LED inspection light. And I'm going over my work to make sure that I have none of those high spots, because even though it's a very easy product to use, you want to make sure that you're doing a top job. You're going to be able to coat your entire vehicle in under 20 minutes, typically 15 minutes for a vehicle this size. So it's super quick. Basically, you spray on, you wipe off, and that's pretty much it. So I spray on using the towel that's supplied with the Can Coat kit, and I use a secondary towel to do the final wipe. So you're leveling the coating, make sure again there are no high spots, and you should be left with a fantastic result. Don't forget, you need 24 hours of curing time before exposing the vehicle to water or rain, and you're going to get 6 months of durability or more if well maintained. I have seen this product go or last upwards of 8 to 9 months. So this is quite amazing, and the results are truly, truly impressive. You can apply this, by the way, a gyeon can coat to a bunch of exterior surfaces. So the mirrors, you can apply this to glass as well. So it's going to be a lot safer when you're driving because water is going to have a tendency to bead off the glass, sorry. So in inclement weather, it makes it very safe. You can apply this to wheels as well. So it's going to give a nice coating to your wheels, and the advantage of this is it's going to make them a lot easier to clean during your maintenance washes, and they accumulate brake dust a lot less because it has less of a tendency to stick. You can apply this to headlights as well, the exterior plastics, pretty much any exterior surface that you're thinking of, you can apply the gyeon can coat ceramic coating to it. You can use it for the tail lights as well. So yeah, pretty much all the exterior surface of this vehicle was protected with gyeon can coat, and the results speak for themselves. You're going to see, by the way, the end results soon, and we're also going to look at the water sheeting and water beading. If you're going to bring your car outside in under 12 hours, the full curing time, by the way, is 24 hours without exposing the vehicle to water or rain. But after 12 hours, if you have no choice, you can bring it out, but use a topper like Gyeon Cure. So that's what I'm using now. So this, for the first 7 days, is going to prevent any water spotting issue from happening on your paintwork. So see this as a top layer or a sacrificial layer on top of your coating while it's curing. Next, I'm applying Gyeon Tire, so a silicon dioxide or SiO2 infused tire dressing. Very long lasting, very, very nice look. So it gives it that nice pop without any tire sling or that greasy residue that we don't like. And I think it's a nice touch for any detail job. As you can see, the wheels look absolutely stunning now. So now is the time to reveal the end results, guys. Wow, look at this. The gloss is nuts. This is a nice paint by Audi. It's kind of a light gray with a tint of green in it. And look, it's like a mirror surface. The can coat is known for its gloss. So not only is it quick to apply and lasts more than 6 months, but it was a very enjoyable experience to apply. You can apply this to all the exterior surfaces as you saw, including the wheels, the glass, the plastic trim, headlights, taillights, and of course the paintwork. And well, the paint looks like it's dripping wet. By the way, if you want to have more information and go for a deeper dive on all of the Gyeon products, I highly encourage you to go visit their YouTube channel. They go very deep in the tutorials on how to use all of their products. So I'll have the link to their YouTube channel in the description under the video for you guys to check that out. But once again, the results are absolutely stunning. Now, if we have a look, so this is what the results were before the protection. So the water is flat, very slow to sheet off. There's no signs of the paint being protected. If we have a look now at the protected surface, look at the water beading and how quickly the water sheets off the panel. So basically it's going to make the drying experience a lot easier now because the water doesn't stick on the paint. Look how tight and round those beads are. It's absolutely insane. So Gyeon Can Coat is known for awesome hydrophobic properties. And well, yeah, that's the proof. Look at how round and tight those beads are. So guys, this was part number 2. Well, we fully decontaminated the paintwork. We went ahead and enhanced the paint by polishing it, and we did the ceramic coating application. Now stay tuned for part number 3 that's available right now, where we're going to do the maintenance of the vehicle. So what steps do you need to do in order to maintain the ceramic coating to its optimal levels and keep your vehicle looking awesome for many, many months? So you can click that card. By the way, if you click up here, it's going to bring you directly to that video, or also I'll leave the link to that video in the description under this video. And also in the description, you'll find the links to all the products and equipment that I used in the video. Once again, all those links will be available to you in the description under this video for you guys to check them out. I want to give a big shout out over to Gyeon for sponsoring this video and making all of this possible. So hi to Jeremy and all the Gyeon team. Your products are absolutely amazing, and we're proving that you can use a single brand for all your detailing needs, and we kept things very simple. If you enjoyed this video, by the way, smash the thumbs up button to show me your support. Also, if there are any other series of videos that you guys would like me to do like this for any other parts of the vehicle, well, let me know which ones you would like to see in the comment section under the video. Just drop a comment. I always read, by the way, my viewers' comments and answer questions on YouTube. And so also, if you guys enjoy this and you want to help encourage me, well, by the way, I'm wearing the Pan TheOrganizer keep it tight, keep it clean shirt. I have a bunch of other merch on my merch store. I'll leave that link in the description for you guys to check it out. Long sleeve shirts, hoodies, a bunch of different apparel, a bunch of cool gear, so check that out and encourage me if you want to. And yeah, don't forget, if you like my videos and you want to continue to learn more about car detailing, make sure you click the subscribe button that's found under this video, and that way you'll subscribe to my channel and never miss my future videos. So stay tuned for part number 3 coming your way. And guys, in the meantime, don't forget, keep it tight, keep it clean, and I'll see you on the next one.